I wanted to end on a high note, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in today's edition of AI companies are basically James Bond supervillains. AI companies are buying and destroying antique books. Here's why. Apparently, okay, historians, librarians, archivists, authors are they're at war right now against tech giants and artificial intelligence developers after an increasing amount of evidence shows, okay, that they are buying rare and antique books, scanning them in, and destroying them, slicing off the spines, destroying the originals, and just done. They're feeding these books into large language models. And I'm going to tell you why this is a much bigger problem than you think it is. So Anthropic, okay, is the company that bought millions of physical books, hired contractors to slice their bindings off, feed the pages into the high-speed scanners, and then shred the originals. They literally have a name for it called Project Panama. Basically, the purchase of historic books started spiking around 2022, okay? And I guess spidey senses started to go off like, whoa, why are all these books all of a sudden in high demand being bought out? What's going on? So they started looking into this, and they found that there were rare and antique and out-of-print books that may not be otherwise preserved getting the chopping block. So not just books that they have bountiful copies of, but books where it's like, oh, we only have 10 copies of an antique book. Great. We are going to destroy this book that no one is printing. It's out of print. It doesn't get printed again. And I know that you guys are saying, oh, okay, well, it's going to be scanned in. You guys know as well as I do how easy it is to go in and make edits on a digital copy of anything now. You can edit PDFs. You can edit documents. Unless they're locked, which that's one thing. And even then, somebody has a password to that. And what if these companies that are doing all this scanning go out of business? What happens to all the archives? All of that? Does it get bought out? Does it get deleted? What happens? And have we lost those books forever? Oh, snap. Check this out. I didn't even know the investigation went this serious. So basically, a rare bookseller, okay, who received an order for 1,000 physical copies of a book allowed reporters to place an Apple AirTag inside one of the books. Genius. So they were able to track the package. It went from California to Milwaukee, Colorado Springs, and ultimately ended at an Amazon-owned warehouse coded by the company as VGT3. Oh, the logo had a Tyrannosaurus Rex preparing to eat an open book. And apparently employees were reported that they had nice jobs where all they did was scan books all day. Because they don't know what's happening. They don't really know. And if they do, maybe they just they don't think it's a big deal or they don't care. And the investigation revealed that major tech giants have dedicated industrial size scale book scanning facilities in order to train large language models, AI models. Why do you ask? I'm glad that you asked. Because they can no longer use the internet. Few reasons. One, the internet is full of AI slop now. So they don't want the AI learning off its AI slop, which on its own is a scary thing to think about because there's a lot more papers and pages being written by AI, created by AI. Secondly, they've had to deal with the legal issues of copyright infringement and lawsuits from authors, artists, photographers, and news outlets. But by buying legal books and scanning it, they found a loophole because there's, the first sale doctrine of the Copyright Act allows buyers of a physical book to destroy it if they please. They can do whatever they want with their book. So it's going to be hard to kind of go from there, as far as trying to hold their feet to the fire for doing this. Also, other lawsuits decided that converting a lawfully purchased print book into a digital file for internal model training is transformative fair use. What? To what? To what? Are you serious? That's a bunch of bull. The company, Anthropic, planned to scan between 500,000 to 2 million books over a single 6-month vendor contract. Internal documents said it planned to destructively scan all the books in the world. Destructively scan all the books in the world. Sources reported anonymous orders ranging from 1,000 to 1 million books per purchase. Used booksellers in the US, UK, and Europe report bulk orders for seemingly random nonfiction and out-of-print books. It's happening. Like we thought. I think the book is called Fahrenheit. There's been a few books that talk about, what happens when society their focus is destroy books, destroy literature to prevent further literature from being created. Like it's nefarious. And before you guys think that I'm jumping the gun here, an internal Anthropic planning document said, we don't want it to be known that we are working on this. They know that they're up to no good. They know it's bad. They know it's a bad look. This is some James Bond super villain-ish, yo. For real. It starts with banning the books. Now you want to scan and destroy all the books so that you hold all of the information? Information that can be edited, altered, adjusted, changed, including history. Y'all not seeing this? Y'all not connecting the dots? This is madness. This is not a good look. This is not good at all. Every time I think that I'm being too much, I think that I'm like, you know what? I needed to relax and just embrace the wonderful things that AI does. One, I can hardly ever think of any. And two, I get a story like this. So even if you are one of the people who are not concerned about how it affects the environment, okay, maybe it's not your thing. Maybe one of the people who don't care that it's stealing from artists, from writers. Okay, maybe you're not bothered by all of the disgusting, gross-looking flyers all made by AI. Like my dog, people, Canva is free. You hear me? Free. They have a paid version, but the free version, seamless. I've used it. Let's say you don't care about any of that. You mean to tell me you're not bothered by the fact that their goal is to consume and own, essentially, access to all of the written work or as much written work as possible? You cool with that? You don't think that could work against us somehow later in some other kind of nefarious way? Especially at a time when people are kind of coming back to physical media, to physical, tangible things, including books. No knock on my Kindle readers, okay? No knock on anybody who loves scrolling on their phone, reading the pages. No knock. I love a physical book more than, digital, but I'll do an audiobook if I got to. Sometimes you just don't have the access or the funds to buy every book you want to own like that. Not a physical copy. They're expensive. I get it. But this should be troubling you. It troubles me greatly. And I don't see anything being done about it. Out of print books are getting scanned and destroyed. Out of print. We've seen what happens when artifacts, when documents get lost in history. I don't like this. And this is not helping the AI argument for me. It's not making me embrace it either. It's not making me, it's not helping nothing. But do let me know what you guys feel about this. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts on this? Did you know this was happening? Is this a pressure point for you? Do you care? Do you, so? Let me know.